Yes, and that is the song Sawa Sawa by Kariuki Laura, representing watu wa Theka Theka.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and if you want to catch Kariuki Laura, you can catch her every Sunday on Citizen TV kutoka saa 5. Utampata hapo. She will be there. And I'm hoping to get her here soon. Hapa. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the most amazing segment of the Spice Show, and this right here is called Celebrating. Now, I always say this, and I'm going to say it again. Give people their flowers when they can still smell them. In fact, what an nigeuza your statement. Give me my flowers when I can still smell them. Hapana ngoja baadaye unakuja ati hapo kuwekelea. No, haitanisaidia saa hiyo. Right now, if you have to praise someone, praise them right now. This is the time God has given you to praise someone. If you want to love someone, love them right now. Usigoje mpaka waende wansema nampenda sana. Hapana. Hiyo ni bure. Now listen. This is a philosophy, is something that I have decided to do because it is very, very important to celebrate people while they are still alive. It is very, very important to just appreciate someone wakati bado wako hapo. It is very, very, very important. And today, I want to celebrate one gentleman who does an amazing, amazing work right here on RFM. He's a drive time show presenter. He is he's the guy. You see the way you are looking at us right now, the cameras are clean and nini. He is the guy responsible to making sure that you can see us well. He's the guy who works these machines day and night to make sure they are still working. I'm talking about none other than Kariuki Ndegwa.
Wewe unajua unasema hizi machine mimi nashikilia hapa halafu.
No, I'm not saying here, I'm saying the software.
Oh, the software. Unajua machine.
For you I'm talking about the software.
Thank you so much, Uncle Mike.
Karibu sana bro.
Asante.
Yes. This right here is the Spice Show, man, and over here we celebrate you.
Thank you so much.
You are very, very important part of our society here at RFM.
Thank you.
And since today we are talking about impact, this is one man who has made such an impact on RFM. And that's why we celebrate you, sir.
Thank you.
And as we celebrate, it is our ni kama desturi, ni kama dawa to want to know you more. So probably I want you to just tell us a brief background of yourself. Ulizaliwa wapi, ulizaliwa lini, ukakuja aje?
Na Kikuyu ama na Kiswahili?
No. This is special, is international.
Oh, international.
As you can see, for the sake of all of you guys, you're watching us both on YouTube and on Facebook. Kwa hivyo kuna Kikuyu hapa, please.
Sawa.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, my brother.
So Kariuki Ndegwa is a guy born in Nyeri County, place inaitwa Gyakaja. On your way to Magana, you know that between Othaya and Nyeri constituency there is a place called Gyakanja, and that is how you'll find a village called that's how you'll find that village called Gyakanja. It is between I usually say my home is between two rivers.
Yes.
There's one river called Karwara. Karwara, you know, Kikuyu is means somebody who gets sick.
Yes.
Because every time people would go in that river, it's either utatoka na typhoid or malaria, or you get another disease. So now my village is between Karwara and another river called Kagumo. Yes. So in that Gyakanja village, kuna two sub villages tudogo tunaikuanga huko, and they are all named, that I usually say this, they are all named after people. So kuna I knew lazima nikiongea Kikuyu, but there's a certain village, a sub village inaitangwa Idhegori. For the sake of the Spice, for Idhegori.
Yes,
Idhegori. Yeah. So there's a sub village kanaitangwa Idhegori, and then there's another village kanaitangwa Idhekahuno. And then nyuma ya hiyo kuna nyingine inaitwa Idheakwa.
Okay. Mimi nishapotea but tunaendelea tu sawa.
Yeah, so between your where shika two village. The village itself is called Gyakanja. That's where I was born and raised. I went to Gyakanja Primary School. After that I went to another high school called Kanjori High School in somewhere in Madera constituency.
Yes, Kanjori High School is where my dad went.
Yeah.
Alianza form 1 Kanjori.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So
either my dad or my mom, one of the two.
Kanjore
huko sasa ndio sasa
Ragati Magutu area hiyo sasa.
Sasa umesema mto ya kwenyu inaitwa
Kagumo.
Sasa na sisi mto ya kwetu inaitwa Ragati.
Sisi now. So got to shule and then after that I came to these sides.
To Limuru,
Limuru. Yes, actually we came here in the year 2009. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So before even I went to high school. Yeah.
So let's just get through to your journey. Like now you've come to Limuru. How did you get into radio? How did you get into RFM?
So first of all, I didn't want radio before. I didn't want radio before. I think I have always had this idea about radio. That is, radio is tiring. Radio you have to speak all the time. But hata nikigrow, I used to be nilikuwa mtu wa kuongea sana. I used to talk a lot. Hata in family gatherings, I used to talk a lot. But now I didn't think that radio would ever come to like nitakuwa naifanya kama job or something, or it's a career. I didn't think of it as a career. So first of all, I wanted to be a diplomat. I still want to be a diplomat. Yes. I wanted to be a diplomat, an ambassador. I used to love kusikia the ambassador of Kenya to USA.
You're actually the ambassador of Madeira to Limuru.
I represent the people of Migori.
Yeah,
so I wanted to be an ambassador, and I wanted to do a certain course in international relations. Sadly, nikiwa Kanjore, nilikuwa nacheza drama and all that, and I got distracted and I could not gain the cut points za kuingia university and do such a prestigious degree. And so now nikaitwa technical university, and I was told to go and do something called software engineering. I don't love computers.
You don't love computers?
I don't. Alafu nilikuwa I used to see computers in the watu geeks. Like they used to be people watu ambao wanapenda kuvaa mashishio, and they are all they don't talk, you know, unatu kama hao. Yani kazi yao tu kushinda kwa computer. And so I didn't want to do that. And so now I was left with no option. I didn't go to school. And that's when nikasema kama mbaya. When I finished high school, I was like mzee akaniambia kijana sasa jitafutie.
Sasa wewe enda huko duniani,
enda ujitafutie. And after sasa wakati niliambiwa niende, so now I came back this way. And I don't like staying idle. Even when I'm not doing anything, you are a witness, you will find me here. So I don't like staying idle. I went to Nairobi. Kuna place inaitwa Kirinyaga Road, on your way ukiwa River Road, Kirinyaga Road.
Hakuna mtu ametoka huku hajui Kirinyaga.
Basi ni pale Koja, hata ni Koja tu.
The business center of everyone from this side.
Sasa hapo Koja ni kualikana tu hapo gari. Kuna hoteli inakuanga hapo. Nikaingia hapo nikauliza kama kuna kazi. Nikaambiwa hakuna, lakini kuna ka hoteli kadogo kakona hapa chini.
Kuna kabezi kakona hapo nyuma.
Kuna kabezi, na bado kabezi hako kako, by the way. You still go there when I'm going to town. Bado kako unaingia na hapo kanaitagwa, acha nianze kusema. Lakini ukiingia hapo
walikuwa tafuta mtu wa chapati.
Walikuwa si mtu wa chapati, walikuwa tafuta waiter. So mimi kufika hapo because I was so desperate, and you know it's real when you're out of high school, you think life is going to be the same, you think that things are going to be utakuwa unapewa pesa na mzazi wako, and then when you leave school that's when it hits you. So I was at that stage your time. So nikaingia huko nikaambiwa kijana unaweza fanya nini, nikauliza unaweza pika chapati, nikasema hapana. Unaweza kuwa mtu wa kuosha huku na kufanya mambo mengine, nikasema pia hiyo hapana, maji huwa inani affect.
Alright, inakusuffocate
inanisuffocate. Nikaambiwa basi unaweza kuwa waiter. And I was like that's the last option. Nikaona siwezi rudi nyumbani hivyo. This was the last hope kabisa. And that's how I got into being a waiter. So nikaanza kuwa waiter hapo. Kuna gari zinakuwa hapo za tulaga.
Actually ungesema that is how you got into serving people.
And that's how I got into
serving people.
Thank you, Uncle Mike. And that's how I got into serving people.
Welcome to the Spice Show, man. we spice up everything. Sisi ni wale watu kutoka Nyanza. Tuendelee.
Yes. So now si niko Nairobi, so you can see in the middle of the town. Niko pale Nairobi. And job inakuwa na challenges zake because hiyo job iko ndani ya tao. It's almost 24 hour. Okay, 24 hours juu kuna masaa.
Najua hapo ka base by the way. Nilikuwa pita hapo kwa chai. Kwa Tulaga hapo.
Unakajua na huko nyuma Tulaga na huko.
I know the place.
Sasa makanga wa Tulaga wanaamkaga 5.
Yes.
You have to open ndio wakunywa chai hapo.
Kabisa.
So 5 we used to be on with a uniform. Si utakuja kusavu watu huko na nini because kanjo Nairobi hiyo time walikuwa nakuja ni wakati wa Kidero.
Yes.
And so now walikuwa so now you have to wake up at 5. So that means umeamka kitu kama 4:45.
Yes.
5 uko hapo umeprepare, alafu there's a time you used to go umewekwa duties atiendea, there's somebody used to go for Managu. Yeah.
Pale nini
Modhurwa. Unateremka unapika ndizo uko katikati unateremkia ndio.
Alafu unabeba kigunia
unabeba gunia na uko na uniform inaharibika. Na hiyo uniform you change. So you have to be very careful. You can imagine unabeba mangunia zimejaa Managu hivi and at the same time you are trying to protect your white shirt. Ilikuwa ya white. So hiyo time ndio nikajua life atakange mchezo.
Yes.
And then hiyo ni 5 na huko unafika job 6 and then when you are 6 there unaanza and it will go all the way until 10 usiku. It was tiring, but in the middle of it all I still hadn't find like nataka kufanya nini na maisha. Nimeitiwa software engineering nimekataa. Nimefa IR nayo imekataa kuingiana. And so I was still finding myself. At the same time, you remember I'm still very talkative. Hata huko ma customer wanakuja tunapiga nao story na hata naitwa wewe Kariuki soka na huko.
Yes. Wewe ndio sasa ule.
Wewe Kariuki soka na sasa mimi naambiwa wewe nilikuwa na keti chini na customers tunaongea siasa. And every time they would come wanasema tutera Kariuki, you know, tutera Kariuki. And then I would go there instead of kuna watu walikuwa na serve and then you just go and leave them. I'm not serve my feelings. But for me I used to go there and sit down with them and talk to them and you know both kuna clubs mingi hapo. And most of them customers
they're very nice clubs. What's that what's it too?
They're very nice. Are they nice?
Let's just say that.
So most of the customers would serve are people
ni wale wametoka huko.
And ni watu ambao I would say the people who give, and I'm not saying people who go to the club. I'm saying people who work in I know. That's
club. What I'm
and they do some other sort of things.
Yes, you understand? Those are people, very special people who work in those clubs.
Very special people.
Yes.
Ulikuwa unamwona amekuja, nipe chai. Then you are like, hell, nipe chai. And then asubuhi unamwona amekuja amegongekana mbaya.
They work there.
Yes. And so now that's when nilifungua macho and I was like in this world there are different people, and that's how I learned to accommodate kila mtu. Because at the same time singeenda nimwambie huyo mwanamke or that lady that you know what mimi sitakuserve
the special that beautiful lady.
That beautiful lady. That beautiful lady. I will not sit down and say I will not serve that one because I'm thinking she is of a certain thing. And that's when your time nilifungua macho in a way and I learned to appreciate every of God's creation and every human being and I learn to accommodate everybody. And even right now I think your kitu nisaidia such that even if I go in a certain place najuanga this person does this.
Yes.
And si kupenda ni venye yeye hajapata the same opportunity that I have.
No, they're in their journey.
They're still still in their journey.
Yeah.
And so your time tulikuwa na wasavu huko and so now I'm still not knowing what to do.
But you're already doing it.
I'm already doing
but
it.
But in another way.
But we being in a hotel.
You're serving people.
Yes.
In another way.
Yes.
As you walk through your journey.
And you know your time I still bado sijajua nataka kufanya nini. Na hii job ya waiter mimi sio napania kufanya 10 years to come. And we used to be given leaves at 3. Na unafaa kurudi hapo 3:30. So because me I used to act, nakumbuka nimekwambia nilikuwa drama in high school and I knew there was a place called the Kenya National Theatre.
Oh yes.
So from pale Koja you can imagine kupitia huko unatokea pale University of Nairobi unaingia National Theatre.
Unaingia na hapo nyuma.
Hiyo itakucheki dakika I used to hesabu hiyo dakika 10 kwenda, dakika 10 kurudi, dakika 10 za kukaa huko.
Yes.
So I used to nilikuwa najihesabia nikipewa tu ruhusa hivi 3 napitanisha huko Konja katikati, napita Globe na naingia huko, natokea pale ile nyingine University of Nairobi, and then I go to the Kenya National Theatre. And I used to do that almost every day. And one day I went there and found a certain audition. Kuna audition imekuwa inaitanwa ya actors. And I found 3 of them. One was supposed to happen tomorrow, the next day. The other one was supposed to happen hiyo siku ingine, and the other one was supposed to happen the next week. So to cut the long story short, mimi nikaenda hiyo ilikuwa ya kesho yake. I just give out a reason that nimeenda kununua dawa ya macho. Naenda kununua dawa ya macho. Like kapata chemist iko na line. Akaniuliza kwani chemist inakuwa na line? Aya, but hiyo ikaisha hivyo. Nikaenda and I did the audition and failed miserably.
Yes.
I did the audition.
Hiyo haikuwa yako. Hapo sio pali huko unaserve watu hapo.
So nikaenda huko nikaaguka miserably because I was the way to nilingia. There's this casting agent anaitangwa Gerard Langiri. Alikuwa na Pashirando la kitambo. Hiyo kitambo sana hakuwa main, alikuwa amekuja tu kama guest appearance. So he is a guy who ni amecast Selena, ni amecast so many other television nini. Wakati tu niliingia hivyo, unajua you had my uniform back then. So wakati nimeingia tu hivyo, jamaa aliniangalia hivi akaniambia get out.
Wewe utakuja siku hiyo ingine.
Utakuja
siku ile tuna cast watu kama wewe.
Aliniambia tunatoka. You know, he is known to be strict. When tu unaingia ore tu ikiraga. When tu unaingia hivi, he is known to like turn you away by the way you appear, by the way you carry yourself, by the way you even walking. Because in the audition rooms inakuanga place kama huko mbali, and then unakuja all the way unaambiwa take the stage up mbele. And so I did that, and I was told kijana just go out. And that's how I failed the first one. The second one came, this time they were casting for set books. And so mimi nikaenda hiyo, and I also failed. Hiyo ilikuwa the next day hiyo ingine nika fail. And so I gave up, and nikaona kuna ingine nakuja next week, but I didn't like think about it too much. Coincidentally, hiyo siku ya hiyo audition, the boss akakuja asubuhi. Akaniambia, you know what, Kariuki, I think you've been here up until Sunday. Some good hours of the morning, where there used to be sleeping areas. Where uko ulale, because we have added another waiter atakuwa anakuserve. Mimi nikaona hiyo time, why don't I looked at my phone, I was like, there's nothing much going on. And then I went to the photos, and I saw there's a certain photo nilikuwa nimepiga ya audition. I was like, it's happening now, and I still have so much time. Nikasema, why don't I go there? And so I went there, and that's how I found the current MCA of Keno, who is the owner of
Nani 10.
Or the owner of Fanaka Arts, the guy for Makiga, Makiga. You know that guy,
Yes.
So your time alikuwa na cast for set books your time. And nikaingia kwa audition room. When tu niliingia hivi, remember I'm beaten, I'm tired, na nimekuja hiyo time tulikuwa na uniform, I was that way. When tu niliingia, the guy started laughing. And I'm like, nini mbaya? Akaniambia when tu umeingia mimi nimeanza kucheka. And I thought he was joking. Akaniambia sasa kuna lines ulikuwa unapewa hapo nje. If you go to auditions, you'll find that unakuwa na papers upewana, una register unapewa paper. Una register unapewa paper, and then you're supposed to do in a line of your choice. And so I taken one line. Akaniambia sema hiyo line. And because remember I was so loud, I've always been loud, everywhere. So I did that thing so loudly. And it was like, I knew that guy would do something. And it was like, ebu, fanya hiyo line ya pili. And I did it. And akaniambia, okay, we enda. And so now after the auditions tukaitwa hapo sisi wote sasa mkaanza kujeni nyinyi wote. Everybody who was auditioned, come this way. If you hear your name, kuja pande hii. If you don't hear your name, enda pande hii ingine. And so now they called out the names. I did hear my name.
Sasa wewe ni ule unaenda pande ile.
Sasa wewe kama hujasikia jina yako enda pande ile. Na nikaona tumebaki watu kidogo, na I was like, oh my god, they've selected everybody, they've left us. So me I failed. And I was like, I'm used to this.
Hii ni kitu ya kawaida.
Hii ni mezoea bana.
Sawa.
And so now tumebaki pande ingine. And so when you waliitwa, nilisikia wameambiwa na huyo jamaa. So the team that I have called here, if you have heard your name, si nyinyi mko hapa, go home. See you next time. And that was
sasa nyinyi watatu wa nne mmebaki hapa.
We were 7. And we had casted over like 85 people. Tulikuwa watu 7 tulichukuliwa. because every group has 7. In Fanaka when on 7 groups, they usually go in 7 7 7 7.
Yeah.
And so now I was like, have I just been casted kwa hiyo nini? And also nyinyi mbaki hapa tukutane next week on Monday at asante inaitwa Alios Francais. Iko pale hivyo Anniversary Towers, just opposite. Tukutane Alios Francais at exactly 7 asubuhi. Hey my friend, I have 3 days to decide if I want to stay in the waiter job or go now do the auditions. Or go now and do the acting. What? Let me tell you, Mike, that was like the hardest time ever because now everybody home anajua niko kazi.
Unaacha pesa hapa unaenda kufollow nini? Kuongeaga pale hivi.
Because I told my dad that unajua ni aje Mr. Ndegwa
utakuwa unaniona kwa TV.
Ati si kwa TV.
Nitakuwa nakuja kwa ile kipindi ya Inspector Mwala.
Ati dela kama kwa ya gerekano. And he was like, what do you mean? You know, he's a very strict man. What do you mean? Kariuki, are you out of your mind? You've just been I had done the waiter job for 4 months. You've just been there for 4 months. Wewe umefanya nini huko? You want to go and do acting? What is that? I got to come here. Dad, ni set books. He was like, no, I'm not taking any of that. But my mom, thank God for my mom, akaniambia if that is what wewe umesikia utafanya hivyo, wewe enda. But ujue fair and everything will not support you because now you
utakuwa unatembea tu.
Si tukutembea ujue sasa nimetoka job tao. I now come back to Limuru and so now I have to commute daily to town. And nikasema liwe liwalo
hii kazi tutafanya
liwe liwalo. Ile savings zangu zote nilikuwa nimesave for those 4 months
za miezi 4 zile 150 za kila siku
na tu tips ulikuwa na unajua una tips alafu kila job ikosagi tu place kupata kama hiyo managu you used to go and bargain every day kwanza ulikuwa nasikia ndio unatuma managu leo unasema kaule mama
hapa una save kamia
una save 100 unatumwa customer anaenda kunini analipa anakuambia shika hiyo ni yako. And because me also be talkative walikuwa wananiachia hizo matips so you can save almost a very good amount. Na hiyo pesa yote imagine Mike it all went for my fare commuting daily to town for 2 months. Daily you can imagine likana wame hike bay wale wame hike bay wa haja hike lazima ungeenda. So I went for the inaitangwa rehearsals. I went for rehearsals for 2 good months. And that's how I got into set books and that's how I kind of got into the kind of is it what do you call it, the entertainment, entertainment media and all that. And that's when I was like sasa hata nione venye nitafanya na like all this is happening within a period of 1 year. So now nimeenda it was in second term. You remember niko nimeanza I started hotel ikiwa January and so now nimaliza for 4 months nimeenda up until April. And so now we do rehearsals for May and June and then in July we start going to schools. Tukaenda mashule Eldoret, tukaenda Kisumu, tukachapa huko. We did over 65 shows. We did 65 shows in all those places. And it was a good thing. But tukumbuke bado sijaenda shule hiyo time. So we came back again, we did the third term, tukamaliza that term and for those who know traveling, inaitwa traveling theater. You travel. Inakuwa so tiring because you are here today, mnamalizanga those who've gone for set books, they know that the show inamalizanga kitu hapo 6. 6 mmaliza show 6 mko LD, kesho mnafaa kuwa Gilgil na hapa juu. LD so kuingia kwa gari tena
keep traveling.
Let me tell you, we used to have our blankets in the car. Juu kwa watu 7 inakuwa spacious huko ndani at least mnaweza lala huko. We used to have our blankets in the car. Unafungua nini hivi kwenye hiyo mlango itafunguliwa duka mnaingia breakfast. Hiyo tao inafunguliwa mlango ndio mnaingia breakfast. It was tiring, almost a very good tiring 2 months. Going out daily on different schools daily. But ilikuwa poa Mike because like mtu alikuwa nasikia very accomplished. You remember I'm very sure you watch set books. Pale mwisho actors wakimaliza wanasemanga I am called Martin,
I am Kariuki Ndegwa na nilikuwa hapo nina act kama Mosaic head.
Yes, I was acting as hiyo time tulikuwa tunafanya Caucasian chalk circle.
Yes.
I used to work as a guy called Shawa. And I was called Shawa, and then they're like, oh my god, that's Shawa. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? So my name is my real name is now Justin Kariuki. And pale mwisho ndio heshimike kidogo unasema, and I study electrical engineering and mechatronics in the University of Nairobi. And then as soon as the students they go like, yeah.
Sasa hizo ile umesomea ni waiter pale kwa days.
Sasa hiyo nilivyotoka hata sijaingia shule hivi. Because the last school I went is the same school that they are in. So they like hapo nawaambia hivyo. You know that thing used to be, ilikuwa inipea au ka feeling kakuwa like, hey,
you can do better in life.
You can do better in life. Hey, alafu sasa hapo tushamaliza kufanya hiyo nini inaitangwa aje hizo ma set books. And so now I gathered my savings and I was like, what do I do with them? And now I was like, ninyo bago akae ni nyumba nijenge huko Nyeri ama nifanye nini? And I was like, no, I need to go to school.
Yes.
But then again I was like, what do I go to study? So that's when I looked at the whole scenario and I was like, the only course naweza fanya and yenye na mimi nasikia naweza ongea sana ni hii ya media. And so that is in November when we finish the school, because in December in November wanakuwa rehearsals. Yes, opening. So that was in November. And I was like, yeah, I think now I can do media. Kujichocha kwanza, there is a radio called 1FM.
Yes.
Haiko idiisha. We can say it now. Ilishanga in 1FM in 97.1. And I used to know it's in town.
Yes.
Hiyo November so unajua niko free. Nikaenda huko nikaambia, you know what? Mimi naweza. And I met another guy jamaa. There's a guy who used to do news there, anaitwa Victor Olo. Sasa ako Media Max.
Yes.
I met another guy called Victor Olo. Victor Olo alinipata hivyo. He said the same we have our reception here.
Yes.
Akanipata kwa reception. Mimi nikaulizwa nataka kuona nani? Nikasema nataka kuona Victor Olo. Akaulizwa unamjua? Hapana, lakini mimi ananijua. Hanijui. So Victor Olo was called and because unaona tora muda igua garidi ule venye rudi nasikia
kama mtu atakuja hapa aseme nataka kuona Kariuki wa Ndegwa
because anamsikianga and so sasa mimi nikaenda kwa hiyo radio nikasema nataka kuona Victor Olo. And they were like, Victor Olo anasema news huko nani, na like mwambie na mgoja hapa nje. And that time I was very rugged. Nilikuwa na mohawk. But that time you were like nilikuwa na kimohawk na kimepakwa dye huko mbele. I used to look like so now
you used to look nice then.
Glory.
Oh yeah.
So now
you know I told you right here you're in the spice show, so we take everything that is bad and we spice it up ahead.
So I used to look glorious.
Yes, exactly.
So hiyo wakati mimi huyo nimeingia kwa Victor Olo kidao came and looked at me. Akaniuliza kijana unataka nini? Namwambia Victor, mimi naweza chapa news venye wewe unachapanga. Kana kwanza akacheka, akainama. Akachukua simu yake akaanza kuscroll. Nikaona huyo jamaa ametupa story, sasa hataki story na mimi. Kwanza akacheka, alafu akaniachanisha hapo. Akaenda, alafu akarudi tena. Huyo receptionist akaniuliza, "Wewe ni nini?" Si umwambie. Akamwambia Victor Olo ameenda kuongea na simu, akimaliza mwambie akuje. So Victor was called back and was like, kijana ati ulikuwa unataka nini? Mwambie mimi nasoma news, nini nataka kusoma news kama wewe. Akaniambia kijana, sasa uko na documents zote ama uko na nini, umesomea, umeenda shule? I'm like hapana, I think the only experience niko nayo ni ati mimi nilikuwa naingia stage na changamsha jeshi. And I used to be kwanza nikiwa stage before that I used to do nilikuwa nafanya a drunken kind of thing. And I used to nilikuwa na bamba was to must do sana. They used to believe that I'm drunk. So nikaje nikamwambia cheki mimi nilikuwa chapa show huko KNT huko kana National Theatre na ilikuwa ngapoa sana, inashika naweza fanya pia the same huko ishika kabisa. Victor Olo akacheka akaniambia kijana, kwanza enda usome alafu ukuje. And that is how I went home. Nilikuwa kwa Likana sako nikikuja Limuru I was like mimi hata naenda kulipa shule tu saa hii. Huyo Victor hata inchekelea tena. Huyo Victor hata idiola tena. Kwanza mimi nikikuja huko namuletea mapepasi imejazana hivi. And I decided I'm going to take all my savings and take them to school. And that's how I applied for an advanced diploma. It's not specifically a degree. It's an advanced diploma at Mount Kenya University. Yes. And that's awesome. why I did a media course. And that's how I am here.
That is how you ended up at RFM.
Yes.
And so as we are celebrating RFM at 2, you came in between.
Oh yes,
Yeah, you came in between. And probably one of the things naweza kuuliza, since you came in between, what are some of the lessons that you've learned, you know, since you joined RF, because ulikujia hapa katikati and now you came in, umetoka sasa kusoma ile, now you are in here. So then
so before actually nikupe story before I came here so that you realize what RFM has been. So before I came here, I happened nikiwa shule still at Mount Kenya. Our lecturer alikuwa na double up as a lecturer and a producer on a certain television. Iliisha pia inaitwa MCTV. So I used to be one of the most chap students everywhere. Like ukikuja hapa ukiniambia hivi, I'll just do it. Ukiniambia ni operate hiyo nita operate. Ukiniambia nishike pale. So I used to before watu wajue cameras at I think ilikuwa second year, because we used to go for 2 years. So now because nikiwa second year I had known everything. Nilikuwa nimejua editing, nimejua voiceover, nilikuwa nimejua kila kitu. Akaniambia ai kijana, wewe kwenye naendanga, I think we need someone like you. And so now nilikuwa naenda hiyo TV. I'm still in class, like asubuhi nimekuja class, nasoma, tunafunzwa, naambiwa media law and all that. Dio kisarana hivyo. Mimi napanda gari nishapewa fare, naenda studio, naenda kuproduce vitu fulani, naenda kuproduce content huko. We used to produce shows, entertainment shows hiyo time. And so now we used to be with another lady. And I think niliweka hiyo kitu on my status the other day. So tukaenda, so that's how I nikaingia kwa hizo mavitu za TV and everything. Hiyo job ilikuwa na challenges zake, ilikuwa na vitu zake za kufanya. And now coming to RFM, let me tell you the difference, and that is what I've learned in RFM that I didn't learn there. That you can be in a place, even more than being a workplace, you are a family. There huko kwenye nilikuanga, there wasn't that thing about ati Mike tunaweza kuja hapa, we share, tuseme you know what, we have gone through this and that. Huko ilikuwa ka job. Mkifika you don't talk, even the boss
time yako ikiisha unaenda home.
You mnakuja hata hakuna kuongea. Mkipata mkiongea mtasema mnaongea nini. Kwanza the boss there used to be very strict. As everybody should be quiet. Hapendi makelele. So you see the same, tunakujaga huko and everybody is like
tunapiga kelele hapa kabisa
mpaka maida amekimbia hadi huko amerudi hivyo. So that place you could not do that. And so one thing that nimekuja kusomea RFM is that you can work and still be a family. And so when I joined here, I saw that. I saw the bonding, I saw the inaitwaje, the what do we call it, the kind of bond that is more than even workplace. Yani ni more than kusaidi, ni more than work. Tukitoka hadi hapa you'd find that most of us still talk. Ukienda nyumbani mna chat na mtu usiku, is your workmate, mnakuja asubuhi colleagues, mna chat na yeye usiku, and you are laughing, hata mnaenda place nyingine huko. And so that's one thing that I've learned, that RFM is a family. That sisi wote tunakuanga kama family.
True.
Is huko mtu akipitia shida, we all come together and support. We walk together. And so for the period I've been here, that's one thing that I've learned. Another thing I've learned about RFM is that there is space for growth. Here kuna place, there is a chance for growth. Kuna inakupeanga chance ya grow. You are given the chance to grow yourself. You are given the chance to be who you want to be. You are given a chance to explore your strength. Okay, mimi kitambo, before I came here, nikiwa huko, I didn't used to speak. I didn't used to know how to express myself. Ati naweza kuja hapa nikuongelesha venye tunaongea. If you found me that time, Mike, atungekuwa tunaongea hivi.
Actually it reminds me when you came here ulikuanga msee amenyamaza sana. They actually gave you kazi ya research news.
Yes. I used to do research. Nilikuwa nimenyamaza sana because I didn't uko you used to be given chance ya kuongea ama kufanya nini, akasijui una research Kenya yeye anataka wewe research. But now for here you're researching, you feel like you want to do news, just ask, just say, tell Koi or Washira or Maina that I feel like I can do news. And they'll be like, you know what, you want to do news, just do the news.
Anza saa 8 na nusu.
Anza saa 8 na nusu. By the way, when I came here, I was a sports news anchor.
Yeah, I remember.
And one day, kuna siku Jackie waimehakwa.
Yes.
And I was like 1 week old. I was 1 week old.
Nani anasoma news leo? Are you for?
Wewe kuja usome. Jackie is not around. And I'm like, who is around? They were like, who is around? Ni Kariuki na anasoma sports. Hapana, hizo sports kwanza wacha zikae. Soma news. And I was like, oh no.
Siku hiyo huko Kariuki.
Hiyo ziko. And so now, and this is something that I've always said. Ni kitu nilan that let your mind go to places you've never been. Let your mind go to places that you've never been, such that when you get there, your mind will have already adapted.
Yes.
So be myself before nilikuwa nimejiambia all along in the career. I had told myself that one day I would want to do a voiceover, that one day I would want to do news, that one day I would want to do a show, that one day I would want to do something, and all that had been pasted in my mind. I knew it would come to that.
Yes.
And so now, most of these things don't find me by surprise. Hakuna kitu nipanda by surprise ati inaweza fanya voiceover. No, I knew I could do it. Just my mind had like nilikuwa ushaiona ile inaitwa what do you call deja vu, like something you've seen before, but it hasn't happened, but now it's happening. So for me, it didn't come as a shocker or at least like oh my god, now I'm doing
nasoma news like naanza happy.
So I had done it. It had vision and nilikuwa nimeiona kwa akili yangu. I had seen it in my mind all along the way. So by the time it was
what
coming,
actually happened is that you saw it, and then now when it came, you now manifested what you've been seeing.
In fact, I had seen it in such a way that I usually when meketi chini, I used to imagine how I could do news, and I would do it, and I would try to get a niche kitu different, like a different niche, and that's when I came up with the thing of kumagarariga, so those kind of things, those sort of that sort of creativity, because in this world what distincts you now to wengine ni how you are creative, and how you bring out your things. I'll give you a very good example. You see, there are musicians. How many musicians wengi Kenya? There are so many. But why bona mmoja huwa anapepea kuliko mwingine? Ni kwa sababu because there's a different way that they are doing it. The same way, I don't know if there's a certain genre of music ilikuja, but ilikuja the secular world naitagwa gengeton. You know gengeton, eh? So when it came in the market, it was a different sort of music, and that's why ilipepea sana, and so many people are doing the same way. Well, incorporated kwa gospel, kina Timeless Noel, they incorporated the same thing. Kina Gabu music. Wale wana hapa hivi. Gabriela, waka incorporate because it's a different thing. So now, when you let your mind go to places you've never been, kila kitu itakuta kama shock.
All right. So now you came in, you are doing news. Then you got into now show presenting. Sasa ukaingia kwa shows. So how did you get from doing news only and sports news to now having a show?
First of all, big up Marimo Jeff.
Oh yeah,
Marimo Jeff is a very good person. So Marimo Jeff, we used to be with him back then kwa news department. Na alikuwa all the time alikuwa niambia, Kariuki kuja tufanye kitu fulani. Kuja tufanye kitu fulani. And so one day I'm leaving here Saturday usiku. And that time there used to be Mogithi. You remember Mogithi kitambo alikuwa ameshikilia Koi hiyo time Koi alikuwa anafanya Mogithi. And so I'm here and Jeff akaniambia, you know what, wewe juko huku, don't worry about going home, I will sort it out. Lakini wewe kuja unikalisha huko ndani. Mimi not kukalisha hati kukaa kwa kiti. Nikashika tukafanya show moja na ilikuwa usiku kabisa. It was almost 11-12 na huko show ilikuwa inaisha 1. Huko 11 tumefanya show. And remember this time I'm still very
uko kwa news bado uko pale kwa sports
sana. But like I said, let your mind go to places you've never been. Sasa ukifika huko utakuwa na shida. So I had envisioned that pia. So atenifika huko, it wasn't that such a big deal, tukafanya show, and then Jeff was like, yeah. Na ikaishia hapo. And so now came this time when one of our former employees went was
going to hire greener pastures.
Was going for greener pastures.
Yes.
Na show moja ikabaki ikiwa very much open. Show ya jioni ikabaki ikiwa very open. And so that time waboiwa hure ni yeye alichukua usukani that time.
Yes.
And na umekumbuka ni usiku sasa, hakuwa na co-host. And so now the management team wakaona, why don't you give Kariuki wako nafanya show na Gracie na Wambo, that is. So Wamboi wa
it's okay, but I'm calling Gracie. Her name is still Grace. Alikuwa when she was on the special alikuwa Grace Wamboi, so people over here understand.
So tukafanya that's when we got to do the show with Grace Wamboi. The still regular.
Yes.
And that was last year around August. Ilikuwa hapo August, September, October, November, December.
Wamboi akaondoka ukabaki
January
akakwambia sasa wewe
ni mimi niliondoka kwanza. Mimi nikaondoka, and so another our former colleague was leaving, was still living as for Greener Pastures.
Yes.
And so kuna show ikabaki ikiwa na pengo. Ikabaki ikiwa na pengo pale. And I was to now going to that show.
Shikilia huko hata huyu abaki hapa
huko.
Oh yeah.
The show that's now called Ramata now.
Oh yes.
So now Ramata, I did Ramata, and before I did Ramata for 2 months. That was January, February. March in the beginning, Corona ikakuja. This year now. Corona ikakuja. And so now we have to now kukaweka lockdown. Nakumbuka ilikuwa imeweka kina barabara zilikuwa imefungwa,
roadblocks
roadblocks. So now
na Wamboi ni wala watu wa Nairobi metropolitan area.
So now ni wapande ile.
Yes.
So watu wapande ile ingine. And you remember had left Wamboi akifanya regedhoa.
Yes.
And so now
watu wa Nairobi metropolitan
wamefungiwa na ni including our CEO Maina Jenga.
Yes.
Na alikuwa fanya Horaime.
Yes.
Gotoko naye amefungiwa pande ile nyingine.
Sasa ni watu wa Kenya. Those are people from Kenya wamefungiwa pande ya Kenya.
Gotoko naye amefungiwa pande ile nyingine. So now hawezi kuja pande hii.
Yes.
Hiyo nao ni fair, magari haziendi. Fair now imehike. Ukipita unapita simu na nduthi. You can imagine doing that every morning. And now we are like what do we do? Swap the shows again. I went to now doing the Horaime asubuhi. For March, April, May, June. For 4 months I did I did Horaime. Now Wambui wa hule akakuja Ramata. So now regedhoa ikabaki
ikiwa wimbo.
It was an entertainment, fully entertainment. So ikabaki hivyo. And for those 4 months haikuwa na mtu. So watida hata niyo mwaka kadha walikuwa nakuja saa na wali used to come at 9. So wale walikuwa nakuja and then they find music and then they and so they do that. And so now for 4 months, and then, so when everything came back to, I'm not saying it's normal right now, but when things started coming back to normal,
when this became our new normal.
Yes, when this became
welcome to the Spice Show.
Mike. When this became our new normal,
life had to go on.
And so now my Steve could now access coming this way, and now Gotoko now coming back this way, and Waka have, so now the Horaime now was good, and we could now continue.
Yes.
Sasa
jioni bado
kuna pengo pale. And remember hii show imebaki hivyo, ni music na hakuna kitu inaendelea. It was just music. And so now Wamboi alikuwa anafanya Ramata back then. And she's done an amazing job. So, and the way when you look at my momentum, there's a way you can pick, and we were like, what a two I endelea, and so now I come back to regedhoa because me I can be able to live here even late at night. So now I was the most best option, and I took it. I took it from June. From June this year, came back to regedhoa and pushed it.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going on a short break.
And made it the money show.
We are going on a very short break. We'll be right back to get to hear more from this amazing rich man. As you have now heard. Umesikia ule anatoka. Hold on, we are coming back.
Nimekuwa nikijibu swali.
We are coming back. Hold on. We are coming back. After this musical break, I want to play a song here. And since we are on YouTube, I'm going to play a song that I have done ndio tusikatwe huko. Sawa. So I want to play a song here that iko pande gani? Acha tuone kama tutaipata. A song that I did a couple of years ago.
Pia wewe si mchache. Nitakuita reggae siku moja uniambie.
And we'll be right back with more from this amazing gentleman. This song is called Kama Sio Wewe, playing right here on The Spice Show.
Black Records, MIK, sifa zote na utukufu ni kwako Baba. Kama sio wewe Yesu, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi leo. Kama sio wewe Bwana, mimi najua ningekuwa nishapotea. Kama sio wewe Baba, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi sasa. Kama sio wewe mimi najua ningekuwa sina maana. Kama sio wewe Yesu, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi leo. Kama sio wewe Bwana, mimi najua ningekuwa nishapotea. Kama sio wewe Baba, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi sasa. Kama sio wewe mimi najua ningekuwa sina maana. Mwili huu nasema wewe ni Ebeneza, vile niko leo wewe umenitengeneza. Wema wako kila siku mimi nauona, moyo wangu sasa umeshapona. Kwa neema yako mimi nimekubalika, tabia na mienendo sasa zimebadilika. Bado kuna mengi ambayo hata sasa napitia, lakini mimi ni zaidi ya mshindi, tumenisaidia. Maisha yangu yalikuwa hayana maana, lakini sasa uko ndani na unaonekana. Kwa haya yote mimi nakupa utukufu, natangaza kwa furaha wewe ni mwaminifu. Nina mengi sana ningetaka kusema, sababu sina aibu nikisema wewe ni mwema. Waniwazia tu mambo mema, so sina aibu naposema wewe ni mwema. Kama sio wewe Yesu, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi leo. Kama sio wewe Bwana, mimi najua ningekuwa nishapotea. Kama sio wewe Baba, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi sasa. Kama sio wewe mimi najua ningekuwa sina maana. Kama sio wewe Yesu, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi leo. Kama sio wewe Bwana, mimi najua ningekuwa nishapotea. Kama sio wewe Baba, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi sasa. Kama sio wewe mimi najua ningekuwa sina maana. Nilikuwa down, ulinipick up na ukanipa clean gown, ukani clean up, ukaniosha safi kwa hiyo damu. Ukata life around ikakuwa tamu, ukanishow nijua kabisa tena kwa jina. Kwa hii kazi ninadume niweke hazina. Wale wote waliokuwa wakinicheka, walionitenga lipokuwa nikiteseka, leo wanaona wewe ni mwaminifu. Mimi sina lingine ila tu kukusifu. Usiku na mchana umenipa tu hamu, hata barabarani heri waseme mimi ni wazimu. Sababu sasa nimeshajua ukweli toka moyoni, nakiri wewe ni wa kweli. Kwa macho yangu nimeona ukitenda mema, na milele ninakiri kuwa sitakutema. Kama sio wewe Yesu, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi leo. Kama sio wewe Bwana, mimi najua ningekuwa nishapotea. Kama sio wewe Baba, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi sasa. Kama sio wewe mimi najua ningekuwa sina maana. Kama sio wewe Yesu, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi leo. Kama sio wewe Bwana, mimi najua ningekuwa nishapotea. Kama sio wewe Baba, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi sasa. Kama sio wewe mimi nasema asante kwa Mungu wangu. Nasema asante kwa wema wako. Nasema asante toka kwa moyo wangu. Nasema asante kwako ewe Baba. Kwa yale umetenda, asante. Kwa yale unatenda, asante. Kwa yale utatenda, asante. Kama sio wewe Yesu, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi leo. Kama sio wewe Bwana, mimi najua ningekuwa nishapotea. Kama sio wewe Baba, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi sasa. Kama sio wewe mimi najua ningekuwa sina maana. Kama sio wewe Yesu, mimi sijui ningekuwa wapi leo. Kama sio wewe Bwana, mimi najua ningekuwa nishapotea. Kama sio wewe Baba, wapi sasa? Kama sio wewe mimi najua ningekuwa sina maana.
Yes, that is MIK, also known as Uncle Mike the Baker himself. Wimbo unaitwa Kama Sio Wewe, playing right here on the Spice Show on 99.9 RFM on the new look Spice Show, coming to you 5 hours of nothing but the very best of inspiration. Oh yeah. And now today I'm spending time with one amazing gentleman. We always listen to him every weekday afternoon, and as you have heard his story, ujamaa alikuja hapa kama msee wa research, akaingia kwa sports, akatoka kwa sports akaingia kwa news, akatoka kwa news akakuja kushikilia show hapa na pale, anashikilia ile, and today he is a host of his own show right here on RFM. This tells you that no matter where you are, it does not have to stop you from where you're going. The amazing story of Justin Kariuki Ndegwa
himself.
So now we continue from where we were. So now you've come, you've gotten the opportunity, and one of the things I love about your story is whenever you saw an opportunity, you went for it.
Very true.
There are so many people who are with you when you came.
Yeah.
There are so many people who were here when you came.
Yeah.
And they stayed where you found them. But you came in and you began to grow, and you would see every opportunity and seize it. And that speaks a lot about now where we are going. On your show, unajiitanga the rich man, aka Getanga, the man himself. And I always say this: wealth is not about having money. It's all about seeing opportunity and seizing it. And now we all understand where his wealth comes from. And now let's continue on. So now sasa umekuja and you've gotten your own show now, and you're doing it. And this is, I can call this, you got your show in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Corona came in, watu wengine wakadisappear into personal quarantine, but you came in and you saw opportunities and you kept going, ukashikilia ile show, and finally you got your own show. So how has it been so far? Wacha tuingie tusikie tu, how has it been so far?
So it has been good. It has been challenging. I won't lie. The very first few months, going back to Regedwa now, you remember watu walikuwa wamezoea kunisikia asubuhi, and so now wanisikii tena.
Yes.
Before walikuwa wamezoea kunisikia in the afternoon hours, the Ramata show. Sasa wanisikii tena. And so remember now, on top of that, pia kuna show yenye imekuwa ikicheza music all along na hakuna mtu. So now the thing was now getting people back, getting the people back, and make sure that Regedwa imerudi the way it was supposed to be, and even more. And my slogan, and I always say this all the time, go to places your mind have never been. Weenda kabisa. And so now I was like, sasa nitafanya nini na hisho? And I wanted now to get the listeners back. And then again, unakumbuka nilikuwa nimesema at the same time, in this media, one thing I came to realize, what will distinguish you, need to distinguish wewe na watu wengine. If kuna mtu anafanyanga hii style, wewe utafanya style gani watu wasikujue nayo, or you just do the same thing that everybody does. Come here, take the show, keep on saying SMS number, all that, and then play music. And I was like, what do I do different? What do I do different that kirokori ama asubuhi people know Kenya jama shadia hizo wa rushini jabadito, it comes at in the breakfast show na wakona show it's called Horaime, it does this and that. Ramata Komadha, they do this and that. And I was like, what will Regedwa be known for? And that's when I was like, I have to introduce something that was not in Regedwa before. And I sat down and was like, what will make people start interacting with the show again? And the first thing that came to my mind that has always been there, ni the slogan ya Getanga. and giving people love hearing about money. Wewe ukienda mahali ukosa kusikia pesa, for example if you came here ukosa kusikia pesa utakaa.
Wacha nikwambie,
if you did
ningekuwa nimeenda
or if you went to unaenda kazi utafuta kazi kama hakuna pesa utasikia, si ndio? And so now I was like, let me come up with a niche of Gitanga, and people like being associated with people who are rich. If the governor was here, you would like to be associated with him. If the president was here, you like to be associated with him. And I was like, people would want to associate with somebody who has money. Mtu ambaye akona pesa watu associate na yeye. And I was like, sasa Kenya mimi nitafanya, nitaanza kujiita Gitanga.
Yes.
And then on top of that, let me give some inaitangwa aje vitu za, let me call it this satire or something. That naishi Runda, that nakanga huko, kuna ngombe yangu inaitangwa Lucy. Sometimes I think about it and I laugh. And so I was like, this is what is going to make people listen to me. Itafanya watu wanisikize. And on top of that, jina Kariuki Ndegwa was known for news and some other things. But now, if you get a show, they cannot call me Kariuki Ndegwa. They'll have to call me Gitanga Kariuki Ndegwa. And nikaamua kupepea na hiyo. And remember, this time the show is still not picking up kabisa. And I was like, what will make people start now conversing with me? And I came up with this question that I ask daily: what to call away there?
Okay. Hiyo sijui amesema nini hapo.
Yani
but yani kumeenda hivyo kama unajua aje
got to how the evening has come.
What do you know?
Imefika kama umejua nini.
What new do you know about today?
Yes, and every time kuna mtu ananiambia every day make sure you learn something new. Or kama don't learn something new, at least note kakitu. And that question is like what gave the show momentum, because even if there was hata kama hakuna topic ya kuongea daily, people would tell me watu kajoe. You get it now?
Yes.
Watu kajoe yogo. Remember, this is just you see topic of the day. That's just a daily question on your question daily on the show.
Yes.
And your pick as idea, the Gitanga aspect as idea, and the show ikakuja ikipiki hivi. And I thank the people who've been the support system. Koi Mogwero ni we sat down with her and she was like, and she akaniambia Kariuki kuja hapa. Nikamwambia unafikiria nini kuhusu Regedwa, because I was supposed to start the next week. Nikamwambia Koi, you know what, mimi I'm just gonna be me. Mimi nitaendelea tu kukua tu hivyo. Me just be me. And akaniambia, you know what, I will give you a formula that will help. Why don't you engage the people around? Usiende wale wauko mbali sana. Engage the people around, the people who've been here, the people, because now Regedwa was not being since January just kika. You remember since January. Na sasa in the middle of the year I just kika. And so now tumekuja hivyo and now Koi akaniambia certain formula I'm going to use. Engage the people around. And so the very second Friday I called Mwagi wa Fina. Nikamwambia Mwagi, oka toine. Tukakuja akaimba and he had his songs, and so that you ka boost kidogo. And though we started engaging artists Karugajiro and some very local people, and this is my slogan. I always say this, that I will for Regedwa as a show, I will not, as long as I'm doing the show, I will not major so much on the artists outside Lemuru. I will give the people here a chance. If there's an artist, and I say this all the time, if there's an artist mwenye ataka kukuja on the show, you are always open. Talk to me via any platform. Wewe ukitaka kukuja, you are around, you can come, you can pop in.
Yes.
So that tushike watu wa huku at first. So that's the formula that ilisaidia pia kushoot. Yeah.
And that leads me to my next question of how do you prepare for this show?
How do I prepare?
Now, the reason I'm asking this question is, for me, I have one show a week.
Yeah.
It's very easy to prepare for this show because every day today I'm thinking about the theme of the show. Tomorrow I'm thinking about the playlist of the show.
Yeah.
The next day I'm thinking about the interview I'll do on the show. So for you it's a daily thing. Leo uko hapa, kesho uko hapa, you know. How do you prepare for each show?
Research. Do research. I think one thing, I know my audience. First of all, I know the people I talk to. I've come to understand them, and even more than understanding them, I've interacted with them. Most of them interact now. Wow, almost on a daily basis, and so I've come to know them. So whenever I'm doing my research, because every day on a daily basis, what the daily news happening, and because of me being in the news desk, I usually najuanga what is happening around in Kenya, around the world, and so that your research the only idea. So I would say I do my research when I'm on the news desk. I usually am able now to have my research done almost every day. So that I prepare for my show mostly where I do research. Alafu before taningie there's a certain kuna hour flani 5 to 6 inakuanga hour ya watoto kusoma, and so that time I take my time, I stay here, I refresh, I watch some music, I listen to some motivational people, and then there's some videos I love watching as a motivation that they tell you, you know what, get up man, get up man, and that's why inanipatianga nakujanga hivi nimekuja
yeah,
then I do it, and then yeah.
And to wind up about you and your show and radio
and money show,
and my one of the questions to wind this segment here radio, because now we want to get to know now Justin.
Yeah.
Do you listen to your show?
Really.
Okay.
Really. And I will tell you why. Because I have always told myself that I have like if I kama nifanya show jana, I've always told myself that was not the best show. I usually tell myself that was not the best show. So today I'm going to try and make it even better than this. And so when I'm doing the show, kuna kitu nitafanya jana that I don't want to do it today. Personally, I don't like doing the same thing all over again.
Yeah.
So I usually kama kuna kitu nifanya jana, I don't like repeating the same thing again. Even when I'm introducing the show, kuna pale nasemanga nakaga runda and everything, I introduce something new every day, every day. And so, okay, really I do listen to my show. I really don't.
Okay.
Really.
So now let's get out of radio. So sasa tumetoka hapa, tuko kwa mlango, we are going out. What do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? Oh my God. I love traveling.
Yep.
Yes, I love traveling and interacting with friends. Personally, I like linking up. Because my friends wale wa kitambo sana. Nostalgic wale watu mnakumbushana like yeah. I love that. Like the whole day nikikumbusha. Mike, unakumbuka tukiwa dinner huko Jumuiya. Manzi, unakumbuka pale tulikuwa tunapita hivyo na kibuchere umeshika hivi umeenda raki. So I like having a good chat with friends and mostly reminds about where we've come from. Hiyo ndio kiruni baba sana.
Yeah.
Wakati mimi ukinikumbusha kwenye nimetoka, I usually love it so much.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you mostly grateful for in your life? What are you grateful for in your life?
Mike, nilikwambia hizi maswali jana.
No, forget about the questions. You know, right now sasa tumeshatoka kwa radio, sasa tuko huko nje now. We're just having a chat. Let's assume now we're having a chat over kanyama choma. So now what are you grateful for right now?
No, I'm grateful for the people around me. I thank God for the people around me. The people around me. I think God has given me I've never found hawakosangi wale watu ambao wako around you and they're just having negative energy. And it happens by the way all the time. If you are human, you'll always have negative energy. But I love the people because majority of the people I have around, they are always very supportive. They are always wanashikilianga mtu sana. I love what I'm so grateful for is God giving me support, a very good support system. Back home, my grandparents, my shushu can tell wanamwekeaga bundles. I watch Facebook live. And I watching even wasema na Kariuki the support system and you and after that I go man nipigia simu niambia Kariuki Ndegwa again. And then like we pray for you and you know hiyo kitu inafanyanga ni amkia asubuhi na energy kingine. You know when you have like kuna mtu anakuombea mahali and si ati anakuombea ati juu mnajuana anything, it's because anakuombea anakutakia mema na hana si ati anataka umpatie anything on that. So I think that's what I'm so grateful for in my life.
What are you most excited about right now in this season of your life?
My future. So every time I think about it, I'm usually so excited. Like nikifikiria the things that I want to do and the capabilities that God has given me and zile milango anafungua that excites me. Huwa nakaa hivi nasema aki Mungu unakuanga tu mtu mwingine. Yani umenipea capability, yani alafu unanipea watu, alafu unanifungulia milango. Yani I just need to like walk in. I just give a little bit of effort. So I think that when I excite, the future excites me. When the future,
the uncertainty of it.
The uncertainty of it usually excites me. Kabisa nasema I don't know.
What is that one thing that you wish you were doing right now but you're not doing? Something you really wish you were doing right now in this season but you're not doing it.
Sasa unataka niseme
no, it's just now we are getting to know Kariuki Ndegwa. Sasa we have heard the story of Kariuki Ndegwa to where he has gotten. So now in this season where he is right now, saizi hakuna mavita mingi unapigana right now. You know the Bible says the children of Israel came to a point where they had rest. They stopped fighting, they were now at rest. So right now when I look at your life, I'm looking at it, there were days when you were fighting. When you were doing the waiter job, when you were doing the acting, when you went to college, when you went to your first TV job, now you came to RFM and you still struggled at RFM. Ulikuwa fanya news, doing this, holding for this one, running up and down, and now you are at a point of rest. What is that thing you wish you were doing but you're not doing?
I just wish I was seated down somewhere, bana. Who doesn't? I just wish I was nilikuwa nimeketi mahali, na do inakam. But that is in another world, not in this world of ours. But I just wish nilikuwa nimeketi mahali, just enjoying the fine breeze. Niko mahali Mombasani. I'm just enjoying, like everything is good, my parents are good, my life is good. Things ziko sawa, everything is just good. So I think that's one thing that naweza sema I wish it was that way.
All right. And what are you mostly proud of in your life right now? One thing you wake up and you're like, oh man, I'm so proud of myself. Like what's that one thing?
What I'm so proud of, I'm so proud that Mike, I can sit down and be hard bana. Manze kitambo mimi zingo ungeniambia niketi because hata even when I was doing set books, mimi I could not believe that nimeongea na watu wakanisikia. I think that's one thing that I'm so proud, very proud of. Mimi hapana, I didn't think that one day I would sit down and be heard by someone and be looked at as someone like, oh my god, you like I'm so proud and I really thank God about it because it's not by me. Before I will tell you something, before I got here, nilikuwa naenda church and I'm still going to church even after this. Hapa kwa Mr. Team. And I used to pray daily. On a daily basis. I still do on a daily basis. But your time I used to be at church almost like 3 hours a day. Mimi na pray kabisa. And I would say God helped me to now understand like this is where I'm taking you and you're not going to go through where venye wewe unataka, nitakupeleka venye mimi nataka. And before when wakati nilikuwa toka hiyo TV nilikuwa nakwambia I was done with media. I was done kabisa. Mimi nilikuwa nishamaliza. Mimi kwanza nilikuwa nimesema naanza kupiga watu picha huko mtaani, kwa majani hivyo, and then I'll be my life for the rest of the life. So I was done. So lakini God akaniambia you will go the way I want you to go. So I think when I now have the chance to be heard, I'm so proud of what God is doing. Yeah.
Wow. Now today on the Spice Show we are talking about impact.
Yeah.
And this week as I was researching for the show, doing my research and preparing for today's show, I came across this quote, and this guy said this: in the next 100 years, nobody will remember you.
Yeah.
But they will remember the impact you made.
Yeah.
In the next 100 years, nobody will remember you, but they will remember the impact you made. So, as Kariuki Ndegwa, what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for giving people opportunity. Out here, Mike, I will tell you, and because out here everybody is selfish. Kila mtu anakuanga selfish. You want it yourself and for yourself. Yani unataka, you want to be on radio, and you want to be on radio yourself. You want to be here all along. Like and most of the people can tell you here that hakuna mtu ashai kuja huko, even hata kama ni watoto wadogo hivi wanataka kusikika kwa radio, na waambia sijui endeni anga sijui nitawaambia ni next time. I usually look for that opportunity. When you me I find opportunities. I want to give everybody an opportunity. Like what will now define if you are going to continue ni vile utatumia hiyo opportunity. So I usually natakanga I want to give everybody an opportunity. Even if I had a very big media house, mimi ningepatia anybody opportunity, hata kama uko na papers, hata kama una nini. And most people can tell you haikuangi ngumu kuni approach. I don't know why haikuangi ngumu, but people can tell you that haikuangi ngumu kuni approach. Nakuja mtu ananiambia na Kariuki ukagwira, and usually hata the people can tell you mtu akitaka kuja on the show, I usually tell them, when are you ready? Sasa nakwambia sijui next Friday hapana. I also tell you, you know what, this Friday you come. If you don't come, that's on you. But if you will come, we'll give you the opportunity, and we'll give you. So I want to be remembered, and even as I go higher, I'll always give everyone unataka kujoin kuja because out here, and you know this, unaenda kama mahali si ati hakuna, si ati there is no opportunity for you, but there's somebody who is ameshika hivi. Huyo mtu yani ameshika hiyo opportunity hivi. Hataki you progress. Yani like hataki upate hiyo opportunity. It's like you having some cash in your hand. Umeshika hivi, huna kitu unafanya nayo. Kuna mtu amekekea mkono hivi, but you want to place it on their hand. So I think kidu kireni, let me say this Kikuyu, need get kubatorira modo. I want to open my fist. I want to open my hand for somebody out there in all the ways, in every way of my life. I want to open to open my arms and for everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before I ask you the last question,
yeah,
allow me to just take this moment and say thank you very much for being the person you are. And to be honest, sijai kuambia, but nitakwambia sasa hivi, even to me, you are an inspiration.
Wow.
There are days nakujanga, there are days I've even come ready to quit.
Really?
But when I find you here, and I still see you're still doing it. Uko pale una research, you're doing something, you're doing your show. I decide, let me just stay one more week. Let me do one more show. And for that, today, I celebrate you.
Thank you.
I celebrate you for being consistent in what you've been doing. And you may not know this, but in the next few years, you will see what that will do even for you.
Wow. Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
And so finally, to my final question.
Yep.
What next for Kariuki Ndegwa?
Mike, I have so many things. You see, this mind of mine usually has so many things. So I would say generally zenye zote nitafanya, I want to give I want to push Kariuki Ndegwa as a brand now, like as somebody who is known to the world for a specific they nataka kujulikana for one thing, and I'm still finding what nitajulikana nayo for that is special, that will distinguish me from other people. So I think what next for me is now taking Kariuki Ndegwa, the name, to another level, and to another place by the help of God, because I can say all this, but kama God ataki the same nataniambia tu mnyaliambia wewe utaenda njia yako, lakini mimi nataka uende this way. So I think that's the way forward, to push the name, to push the name as a brand the next level by the help of God.
Wow. Thank you very much for gracing the Spice Show today.
Welcome.
I think this show has been made by you being here.
Wow.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And before even I let you go, where can people find you on Instagram, Twitter? Watu watakupata wapi na watakupataje?
First of all, I'm on YouTube, man.
Jipigie debe. This is a big channel, man.
Because I'm on YouTube at Kariuki Ndegwa on YouTube. By the way, we've already shot content. We've already shot some few things. Zinamalizika pengine leo. Nitauliza huyo jamaa kazi itakuwa zinamalizika. Zinamalizika pengine leo, and then on tomorrow we're going to produce. We are doing something called Rogano. You're going to see it, by the way. It's a narration. It's a narration because kuna mtu ananiambianga sauti inakuanga on point.
You do have the voice for radio. Sisi wengine tuko hapa hivi because hawana mtu wa kuweka hapa Sunday, so
radio kuna mtu anakuaga sauti. Hakuna mtu anakuaga sauti kwa radio. So sauti, so I want to give it now another niche yenye haijasikika na watu sana, especially in Kikuyu. It's very rare usikie kitu kama hiyo in Kikuyu. So it's something going on. It's going to be on YouTube at Kariuki Ndegwa. Search there. It is a very good channel, by the way. You'll find some US content there. They are still mine. I'm going to remove them nikiweka hizo zingine, lakini zitakuwa tu hapo. And then Instagram Kariuki_Ndegwa. Pale Facebook niko na 2 Kariuki Ndegwa, Kariuki Ndegwa. Niko na 3 actually. I have a page called Kariuki Ndegwa, and another account it was Justin Ndegwa, and another one called Kariuki Ndegwa. Twitter Kariuki_Ndegwa at the same time.
Wow.
Wagwan.
And remember, you can catch him up every weekday, Monday through Friday.
And I'm from what
time?
From 6 to 9.
From 6 to 9.
On the Money Show. It's a revolution.
6 to 9 every weekday. I actually thought Diramata. Every weekday you can catch up with him right here on Rfm 99.9. And make a date with him tomorrow. And also this afternoon on Country Roads. He's the guy who takes us country every Sunday evening. That's your man, Kariuki Ndegwa. Thank you, man, for coming to the Spice Show.
And thank you for having me.
Such an honor.
Thank you for having me.
Looking forward to many more.
And, I will invite you once on Regedoa. na Kizungu. I'll make sure I do that the same to you na Kikuyu.
But you see, for me, I'm like, I want to, for me, desire yangu is to see you getting to where you belong. So that's why I'm getting you in English, because there might be a station somewhere there in Massachusetts, in Boston, Massachusetts, and they're looking for someone to do an African show. Na wewe hapa umejikaza hapa na Kikuyu hapa. Open your eyes. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it.
Thank you.
That is our celebration for today. Justin Kariuki Ndegwa himself. You've heard his story. Has he inspired you? Go there in the comment section and leave a comment. I'll be so glad to hear from you, and also get to share your messages with him. And also, if you have opportunities and you know this man can do something, get in touch with him. Umesikia his handles on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. Get in touch with him. He's always available and ready to hear from you. All right? That has been celebrating on this 22nd day of November 2020.
It's the show that keeps you uplifted and inspired all day long. Yes. Please listen to me, Father. It's the Spice Show. Every Sunday.